Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter. I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So, got a question about how to find an attorney when you want to wholesale a deal. And also the question was, do you need to find the attorney first before you speak to a seller? So first of all, no. You definitely do not need an attorney when you're talking to sellers. That comes after the seller agrees to your offer. And I guarantee you, if you're asking me this question, you're probably several steps before that happens. Now, how do you find an attorney? So the real answer is you ask somebody like me, and it really depends where you're located. So I'll give you a very different attorney in the Hudson Valley or in Rochester, New York, or than I would in Long Island and Queens, that area. There are different attorneys. The key is to find someone who actually does assignments of contract, right? So you can ask somebody, hey, I'm looking to buy a property and then I want to assign the contract. Now, do not ask the question, should I do this? Because 999 out of 1,000 attorneys will say, no, you shouldn't do it. Dangerous. Attorneys should never, ever be asked a business question. Ever. If you ever ask an attorney a business question, the answer will almost always be no. And if you think about it, the way attorneys think, they want to limit your legal liability. So if you ask an attorney, hey, should I buy this $10 million business for $100,000? They'll go, oh, you have all these problems. What if this guy's here lying to you? What if there's liability and you're going to get sued? All that stupidity. And it's not a business question. So never, ever ask an attorney whether you should or should not do something. You are better off asking him, do you know how to do this? And how can I minimize my legal liability if I do this? Don't ask yes or no, because you'll almost always get a no, especially from old-time attorneys that I call belt and suspenders attorneys. They're always trying to be the most careful. And you cannot efficiently run a business if you are going to act like a belt and suspenders attorney. And I would strongly advise you to never ask an attorney a business question. You can ask them a legal question, but I can't tell you the hundreds, if not thousands of people that have told me, well, I asked my attorney and they said wholesaling is illegal in New York. And I just want to throw up into the phone because it's certainly not illegal. It's something that I do every day. And here's the problem. So the first thing, you can eliminate any attorney that is not a full-time real estate transaction attorney. Okay, that takes 99% of the attorneys out of the mix, right? Do not call your cousin who helped your grandmother buy her house 20 years ago, but really is a corporate attorney or a securities attorney, or he is a litigator, or he is a personal injury attorney, whatever the hell he is. Only focus on the attorneys who are full-time real estate attorneys. All they do are contracts and closings. Now, within that small subset of attorneys, 99% of them have never and will never deal with an assignment of contract. Now, do they know what an assignment of contract is? Absolutely. They learned it in law school. They know the concept, but they don't want you to do it. And I do deals die because of crappy attorneys all the time. Now, probably 1 out of 100 deals probably will die because of a bad attorney. And that could be the seller's attorney, it could be a buyer's attorney, and if you are new and you use a shitty attorney, it could be your attorney. So be careful about that. So here's a simple question. Hey, have you ever done an assignment of contract on a house? Somebody bought a house and then assigned the contract. Now, if there is even more than 1 second of hesitation, or there is anything along the lines of, well, I've never done one, blah, 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 blah. Or if they say something like, well, you really shouldn't do that because blah, 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 then you should say, well, thank you, hang up the phone, and never, ever speak to them about a transaction again for as long as you live. The only acceptable answer is, sure, I do them all the time. Now, how many of those are there? I got to tell you, in the whole state of New York, well, in the whole New York City metropolitan area, less than 100. So you need to find them, and I'm happy to help you. If you tell me where you're buying, I can recommend somebody to you. And I have used multiple attorneys that I don't use anymore, and I would advise you to be very careful about using someone who A, is not familiar with the language and has the documentation, or B, someone who is not competent enough in case things go bad. Now, obviously, nobody thinks deals will go bad. Nobody ever thought a deal will go bad when they start, but deals do go bad, and the language in the contract, the language in the documentation is going to be your only thing to hang your hat on. I tell the story a lot. I had a $100,000 deposit on a deal in the Hamptons, and I think I'm making a left here. I don't know. I'm in Dallas. I don't know where the hell I'm going, and I can't use Waze because I'm recording this video. So I had a $100,000 deposit, and my attorney was very careful about the language, and we didn't close because there was a title issue. Obviously, we said it was a title issue. They said it's not a title issue. And I got the whole deposit back after paying some litigation costs because of really one word. I'll tell you what happened. So it was a property we bought. We thought it was a good deal, and we wanted to put a pool in because it's in the Hamptons. And there was a scenic easement on it, which meant that it was right next to like protected wetlands or something, protected preserve, and they wouldn't let us build on a big portion of the property, and that really killed the deal for us. So we said we can't do what we want to do. We want it out. Now, it was an as-is contract, but in the contract it said that it's buying as-is, including utility easements. Right? Now, if it just would have said easements, I would have been out of luck. But because it said utility easements, then we made the case and we won in litigation that it didn't cover scenic easements, and we won the case. Now, obviously, this is a weird situation. Probably will never happen to me again. Probably will never happen anything to you like that to you again. But you've got to understand that if you don't have a really competent attorney that you're confident that the language in there, he knows what he's doing and he's dealt with problems like that before, then you shouldn't use him. So you need two things. You need someone who's very familiar with assignments of contract, and you need someone who really is good and knows their stuff. Give you another example the other way. Well, I don't want to get into that. So that's what I would say. So my answer really is ask me if you're in New York. And if you are, and I know people pretty much everywhere in the state, multiple states, and I can recommend somebody good. So if you want to, whoever made the comment, I forgot, I can't see. But if you would like to just reply back with, hey, I'm looking for an attorney in this area, I'm happy to send you someone who's good. No attorney should ever charge you a penny up front, retainer, any of that bullshit. They should get paid only if and when the deal closes. And good attorneys will understand that some deals are not going to close. And good attorneys will understand that enough deals will close to make up for the ones that don't. And anybody that says, I need $300 from you, or I need $400 from you, or I need $1,000 from you, is an attorney you should run away from. Run. Don't walk. Run. And you should be polite. I would say thank you, and I would never, ever call them again. Because that is somebody who is not a good attorney. That is somebody who is not doing enough transactions that they can't afford to spend 15 minutes on a contract and maybe another hour of their time negotiating back and forth on a deal that may not close. So the real answer is, if you want an attorney who knows what they're doing, ask me, and wherever you're located, I can help you with that. Because you will not know the difference between a smooth-talking, bullshitting attorney who's going to tell you that they know this stuff, if and when they don't. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in some other stuff, there might be links to it below. I'm changing some of my links. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up, like, no matter where you are watching. And what else? Please keep the questions coming. I post 5 times a week. I don't always know what to say. Your questions give me topics so that I can come up with stuff to say, and they let me help you by answering your questions. So if it's a simple answer, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's something I've covered recently, I'll send you a link to a video or videos on it. And if it's something new, I will do a brand new video on it. Thank you very, very much for watching. Let me shut this light off in the car.